Hey, Deanna here from Hot for History. Tonight we're going to talk about Harry, Prince William, King Charles, Meghan Markle. Maybe we'll even talk about Kate. But we're going to discuss whether or not should King Charles apologize to Prince Harry. Should Prince Harry apologize to King Charles? Should Prince William forgive his brother? Or should none of that happen because Harry's the one that needs to apologize, yada, yada, yada. And should they all just say, oh, forget about it. It's good. We're all good. So anyhow, I am Deanna and I am here from Hot for History. Really excited to give you some royal news, some royal gossip. Please do subscribe and share with your friends because we are here. And when we show up here, for these lives, it's very interactive. Hello, Royal Brief. So tell me where you guys are all from. Hello, Las Vegas. My son is heading to the Westgate. He's doing some kind of collab at the Westgate in Las Vegas. But we're going to discuss real palaces and real castles, not the fake ones in Sin City. So I'm sorry I could not be here last night, but my son was in town and I wanted to spend some time with him because he was just here for a little bit. So I had to reschedule. Almost every single Monday in Florida, it's been storming. So it's been a little crazy. So I'm waiting for you guys to show up so we can talk about this. Hello from Indiana and Ohio. Oklahoma City. Every time I hear that, I think of Route 66. I don't know why, but the song, because I used to sing jazz for a long time. So it was one of my favorite songs. Okay, no way on Chaz. Okay, hey, Steven. Harry should get on here. Okay, maybe I'll lead with this. Okay, I'd like to hear everybody's comments about this apology thing. It's like this thing that doesn't stop. Like, who's going to say I'm sorry? Who's going to say I'm sorry? And in a nutshell, the king just wants to reset. He loves Harry. I'm just saving you from, having to have me read an entire article with the second graphic that's here. But he wants to let's just click the reset button and not bother apologizing. Let's move on already. That's sort of how the king is right now. And so I am going to read to remind everybody what Harry has said in the past about this apology and what apologies he's expecting. Harry should get on his knees and beg forgiveness for the entire family. I agree. Only then can the healing start. Did you watch those videos? Which ones? Because I've watched so many videos. Harry's a loser. Anita Baker and Jeffrey Osborne are performing. Oh, the first dance of my wedding was Anita Baker. Sweet love. Okay, so I think Charles should apologize to his two boys for what he did to their mother. Well, there's that for sure. Harry needs to get it together. That's so embarrassing. Okay, have you ever driven Route 66? I think so. I think I have. Okay, I'm going to read this article because I basically want to get to the quote that Harry said years ago, like from his book about apologies and all of that. So I do want to kind of read something and then we can kind of go off. What? I don't know if I ever got it. Okay, Stephen, I will look for it. I'm sorry. I will have to look and see because I don't know if I ever got it. Okay. Prince Harry has made it clear he expects an apology from the royal family. However, according to a royal commentator, Prince William does not know why this is the case. Well, yeah, he doesn't know. Since stepping down as working royals in January 2020, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have spoken openly about their rift with the royal family. In March of 2021, the couple sat down for a tell-all interview with Oprah. Well, we all know about that. And you know what happened there. I'm trying to get to the quote. In comparison, Prince William and Princess Kate have rarely addressed their feud with the Sussexes. In an interview, okay, this is the quote I want to get to, and then we'll comment on this. In an interview earlier this year, Harry said, "The way I see it, guys, just listen to this, is I'm willing to forgive you, meaning the royal family, for everything you've done. And I wish you'd actually sat down with me properly. And instead of saying I'm delusional and paranoid, actually sit down and have a proper conversation about this, because what I really like is some accountability. Oh my gosh. Okay. The Duke of Sussex also told the Telegraph, and an apology to my wife. So basically he's saying, I have terms. I won't even entertain this until you do what I say. It's a power play. It's a power play. I'm just going to say, I like strong men who are willing to be so strong that they're willing to let go of their stuff. Sometimes I find that to show strength, sometimes to just be like, okay, we won't talk about it. Like the talk therapy thing that he does is a little too much. And I know that people he must be having a counselor who's like from the 70s or something, because they're all about talk therapy. But that's something in the past, like people are teaching people in therapy that they don't have to relive and restate every single thing. In other words, it's okay to have some kind of mystique, some kind of mystery, right? So anyhow, it says a royal historian. Okay. But he said in Spare, he spent so much time complaining about who got the better room at Balmoral. This is a guy that's criticizing him. Plus, for it to be released in the middle of a cost of living crisis, it's true. That's why they were like, South Park was like, wah, you know, it does. Or they said he continually whinged, which is one of my favorite UK expressions. It does emerge as quite personal and maybe longstanding, and maybe it's jealousy. As the title of the memoir suggests, Prince Harry has always felt like a spare. So basically, it's just, I mean, what are they apologizing for? He makes quite cryptic statements like they know what they did. I hate, people have said that to me before, and I'm like, no, I really don't. I don't know what I did that was so offensive. They know what they did, which, given that he's prepared to specify in detail everything else, is strange, right? Because he kind of, I mean, he talks about everything. Okay, let me hear what you guys have to say, and then I'll go on to the next thing. Stephen, I have to look. Okay, my email, youparent, I know it's my old YouTube channel, at gmail.com, or deannafalchook at gmail.com. I'm happy to hear from you guys, because, and so I'm going to look for that email. He would use apology against King and deem his conduct correct. Absolutely not. Right. Plus, why shouldn't it be on the King's terms at this point? Harry won't beg with Meghan egging him on to get revenge. She seems to be driven by emotional blackmail, using your children as a tool. Ooh, I know. They did sit down with him. Yeah, I mean, they sat down with him. Remember when they sat down with him, and like he was like, no go on anything, you know. So, you know, and then everybody was afraid, like, okay, are we going to have to like have you know, I don't know, like somebody with us every single time we talk? And remember that they just wanted to talk to Harry, but then he was like insisting that Meghan be there. I mean, I don't know. It's a little wild. Oh, I'm sorry. Shield Wall. I love that. Every time I see that, I think I'm talking to a knight. This is Harry making himself the victim. Yes. He seems to have a different set of rules for himself and Meghan. Yes, but he wants to call the shots. Let me control the entire environment as to what our relationship is, but I have no control over what my relationship is with my wife, basically. Apologize for what? No half in and no half out. Harry has to be first. We sure know what Harry did. Yes. Okay, I'm going to look for that, Stephen. Sorry. Remember the microphone? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what Stephen's referring to with the microphone, and I don't have the graphic, but she basically was on stage with Harry, and this woman was moving a microphone over to somebody else, and she grabs the mic like she's supposed to be talking, and it was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. So Harry's delusional. How can he have a conversation with Harry? I don't know. I mean, it's sort of like, have you ever been we all have those conversations where you keep repeating yourself, but they happen and the person just doesn't get it, and they keep repeating themselves, and it's like totally illogical, and like you realize that you're just wasting your breath. So that's probably what it's going to be. The things he wants them to apologize for are made up. It's the height of lunacy. Yes, I am that night. You are. Well, we have the shield wall here too. Okay. Harry wants his family to beg for forgiveness, but he should be the one to apologize. He said bad things about his brother, father, and sister. Yes. Okay. So this article says it kind of explains why the king isn't apologizing. He won't accept, the King Charles will not accept Prince Harry's request for an apology, according to a friend of the monarch. It's always like, it never like tells you exactly who it is, but anyhow, the Duke of Sussex has demanded his father apologize to him in order before he can return to the royal family. Okay. According to reports, King Charles will not accept Harry's request for an apology. This is not expanding. Okay, hold on. So it goes on to say, okay, the friend of the king says it's been reported that Charles wants an apology from Harry, but he also says that that is far from the case. Charles wouldn't really expect that because he kind of knows Harry, he's not really going to give me the apology. Don't forget that oh, this is interesting. I never knew this. If you guys know about this, please pipe in. This guy says, remember Charles wrote this book that was authorized by Jonathan Dimbleby to write a book which attacked his parents. But ultimately, they all basically forgot about it, chalked it down to experience, and moved on. Did you guys know that? I never knew that Charles also wrote a book about his parents, and it was not a good look. In an interview with the Telegraph earlier this year, Harry said, "The way I see it, I'm willing to forgive." Okay, we went through that. And then it says, Charles wants to hit the reset button, but not at any price. The friend added that the king hopes to reconcile with Harry in the future, but he's not ready to compromise his principles or values. He says Charles loves Harry dearly and would do anything for him, but he won't be bullied. There is the key. It's a power play. Won't be bullied into doing something he doesn't believe in. The relationship has been strained. Okay, let's talk about this. I've got a million comments that we can go through. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so we were talking about how they did have a sit down, right? But then after that, like whenever Meghan would show up, like you can see, like, of course, there's all these pictures and all these memes that there was like a wire on her. And so that was why they decided, okay, we have to have a secure space to even have a conversation with you, and we don't want Meghan there. And now we have to make sure that it's what do they call it, scrubbed, like the whole area is scrubbed so that nobody is like taping them. And then there was a clip of the royal family, including Zara and Mike and Eugenie and Beatrice, and they would not even open up their mouths around Meghan. So, okay. I'm wondering when Harry will make his apology. Exactly. From everything we know out in the open, it seems that like he has been the one doing the harming. I know. Okay. The royal brief. Harry needs to take a clue by their sinking poll numbers. Yeah. The public does not agree with them. Yeah, because, okay, we didn't even get into this about how we did talk about the Invictus Games kind of being, not being great. Like the Netflix series was not great. And even though there's a lot of hype and people I thought that it would be good for them, it just kind of crashed and burned. And yet William now is like a superstar in America because of the Earthshot Awards, which, by the way, Kate is not attending with him, I think, in Singapore. And they say it's because George will be attending Eton and she has to kind of get things, get things done. So I want an apology from Harry and Meghan to thinking they deserve more and being ungrateful for all the amazing things they have in their life and inflicting everyone nonstop with their victimhood. Well, one of the things that is my pet peeve with anybody is sort of a lack of gratitude. Granted, they don't need to be like, constantly groveling about their social status being so great, but I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm superstitious, but I was always taught to have a little bit of humility and just be careful at how arrogant you can be, because life can do a number on you. Like, really just be grateful, show a spirit of gratitude in all that you do. And I agree. I mean, I don't think that they're showing a spirit of gratitude. So Harry's a waste of time. Who does he think he is after all he's done? I don't know. Okay. Did I know? No, I didn't know about the book either. So we're going to have to go and try to find it. I'm sure it was like 20, 30 years ago. Right. Okay. If the BRF have to ask Harry and Meghan not to record them, the trust is gone. I know. Here's the thing. I think probably Harry was raised to think he had carte blanche. They're both like the golden children. They're going to be kings one day. Like, I think Harry's biggest thing is that he doesn't acknowledge how entitled he's been acting, because he always was the guy that everybody liked, right? But he's been acting so entitled, and everybody can see that his lack of appreciation and gratitude and just downright rudeness, like, he makes the king and William look humble. And we know that they're, I mean, apparently the king, has to have somebody putting toothpaste on his toothbrush, right? So we know that they're not totally humble, but Harry makes them look like that. And it's crazy, Okay. Okay. Harry and Meghan would use an apology against the king. That's right. If it is doubtful, it would be reciprocated. Harry and Meghan have done too much in that book alone. I mean, this is often like, how in the world? And then, is there another book that's coming out? I don't know. So Lorena says he's jealous about William and his family, or I don't understand why he is so obsessed with them. Is his brother is his brother, who he knows since birth, expected to be a good figure and has responsibilities? Okay, I am going to show you something, Lorena. I think it's the next slide that I wanted to show. Yeah. Okay. So on that, okay, this is interesting to me. Okay, because apparently there was this well child event in 2019 that Harry was speaking at, and he got all emotional. So he got super emotional at the well child event, and he ended up crying. And at the time, William was in Pakistan with Kate, and William saw it, and they were still talking, and he was still part of, the royal family and all of that. And William sent him a note, and he said, "Are you okay? I'm really worried about you," because he broke down at the well child event with Meghan because of their own child and imagining all that. And so Harry says, of course, William hasn't made any comment on it, that he said to his brother, "There's nothing weird about this. It's just emotional for me to be around children when I'm having a child." And that's all it was. Right. So this is what Harry says. He goes, William believed therapy had brainwashed me, right? And that I was unwell as late in our relationships as October of 2019. And then he goes on to say, let me see. He starts talking about his texts with William going on for 72 hours. And that was the thing that I'm just done with my brother, because he doesn't know who I am. And he says, "I realized I was a stranger to my older brother. The prince doesn't give full details of the exchange, and it's possible that his wife, Meghan Markle, was among the subjects they argued about. However, Harry appears to view his own emotional growth through therapy as a central catalyst for the fact that they did not see eye to eye." Harry describes breaking down in front of the cameras at the Well Child event in October of 2019 while discussing the earliest days of Meghan Markle's pregnancy. And then he goes, "Soon after I got a text from Willie, he was in Pakistan on tour. He said I was clearly struggling and he was worried about me. I thanked him for his concern, assured him I was fine. I'd become emotional in front of a room full of sick kids and their folks just after being a father myself, nothing more abnormal. He said I wasn't well. He said again that I needed help. I reminded him that I was doing therapy. In fact, he'd recently told me he wanted to accompany me to a session because he suspected I was being brainwashed. Then come, I said, it will be good for you, good for us." And then he never came. Harry said that he had an argument over text 72 hours while he was there. And then he doesn't say in his book what exactly it was about. But Meghan famously said she was not okay. And Harry acknowledged that William were on separate paths. Okay, so he goes back and forth. We went all day, late into the night. We'd never had a fight like that over text, angry. So in a nutshell, we're always supposed to think that, okay, the reason why, there's this thing between William and Harry is 90%, 100% about Meghan. But obviously there's stuff that goes a lot deeper. And according to Harry, there was this argument between the two of them because he cried on camera. William didn't like it. William should be more emotional and be able to cry on camera and talk about it. But William's thing is not doing that. So that is but apparently they're saying that William thinks that Harry's all of his entire problem is actually because of therapy, because there's something in his therapy that's like, not, if it was right, it would have fixed him, right? So anyhow, I'm going to take these comments. I know they're going to be all over the place, but blame the Invictus board of directors. Harry is only the promotional face. He doesn't own Invictus. Yeah, exactly. What would be the title? Exactly. That would be the title book. No king apologizes. Right. Oh my gosh. About the cream. Yeah. Okay. It was Diana who kept her sons grounded and humble, and she's gone for a long time now. Yeah. The king has always been a bit of a brat. That is true. I remember an article from many years ago that stated Prince Charles at the time would make his lovers call him Your Majesty. Even in bed. Oh my gosh. You'd think he'd be into like, hey, you play king and I'll be the servant. Oh, sorry. Maybe drugs had something to do with the alleged scrambled brain. Does M's father need to apologize too? Probably. That's probably what they think. Why is Harry, who wrote a book about the first woman he was with, causing her to reveal her identity? Oh, I know. Before the papers did, suddenly so sensitive. Okay, just drop the mic on that. Exactly. Sasha, remember her? She's like a forklift driver and ditch digger. And she's like, I just want to like live my life. I never wanted to say anything, but quite frankly, now I have to. Like, she wasn't going to, but it was hysterical when she did. Hysterical when she said it was just a quickie. It was really funny. Okay, the only one I know of is the biography of Sally Bedell Smith called Charles. Charles published his own children's book. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it, we'll have to decipher that. And I'll have to read my emails. I thought, Stephen, I'm going to go back and look at all that. Okay. So in the meantime, do you guys believe any of this? If he's not willing to have an apology or give an apology, and yet he wants his old, I guess you can have both. You can be like, I'm waiting for an apology, but I do want my old life back. In this article, it basically says that, he's missing his friends. He never sees his friends, but, Meghan wouldn't allow him to go back to the partying boy that he is. Who says that just because he wants to go to the UK, all of a sudden he's going to regress 25 years? I mean, anything can almost be an improvement at this point. So that's what it's, so do you guys think that Harry wants his old life back? I mean, I can't imagine growing up in the UK, coming here and like being able to sustain like all of this when you've had that lifestyle, and not like, even people who come over here and move over here from the UK, they get their moments to kind of go back and really spend some time. So I don't really know. Yeah, apologize to that woman he had his first romp with. I've had more women either call me, oh my gosh. I knew that we started. Who was it that said that? Joe, what was oh yeah, Elle Sexton, hysterical. Queen Elizabeth and how she felt about her family's drama. Oh yes, exactly. I've followed the British royal family a long time and read many of the books about them. So it's a lot. It's a lot. So do you guys think that he would want to get back? Harry has realized, this is what I think. He's realized what a fool he's been taken for. I saw a clip. I can't remember exactly where Harry and Meghan were. I don't think it was a concert. It was something recently. It looked like a sporting event. So he looked like, everybody's always thinking, okay, well, Harry's going to be the one that's going to be left out in the cold because Meghan's just going to leave him. He's going to be heartbroken. But honestly, what I saw, he seems really kind of over her, in my opinion. Like, he's just kind of it. There was a clip I don't know. I wish I had it. But anyhow, he seemed kind of annoyed with her. Like, I'm like almost embarrassed, her trying to grab the mic, doing her bow, trying to, like, if the camera's on her, she's like doing the, hey, here I am kind of a thing. So he's starting to seem to, like, I'm not going to say fall out of love because I wouldn't know that, but become annoyed with her. He's starting to look, in my opinion, on a couple of the clips I had, which, what does that mean? Nothing really. But I'm just saying, is it possible that he's the one that's starting to be like, I'm kind of getting over it, right? That I'm kind of over it already. I am curious as to your thoughts on that. Really. Okay, I'm sure everyone would love to have the old Harry back, but if they let this one back, he'll probably insist Catherine renounce her Princess of Wales title and give it to Meghan. Oh, can you imagine Meghan as a Princess of Wales? No. Harry has a long list of people to apologize to. Yes. I've been wanting to connect with you guys because I've been wondering if any of you guys want to be a guest and actually be on camera with me. I thought that would be fun. I probably can't have everybody all at once, but we could, as long as, everybody behaves themselves, it would be fun. So that's, if you feel like you want to kind of step on to the camera, can't do it right this minute, but I would love to. I think that'd be fun. Okay, here's my email. This is my easy one. I only have like 5 million emails. I'm also putting together a subscription, and I will be going live more frequently. Yeah, so this is my email. It's a Gmail address. Okay, so William as his older brother, and so honestly, so let me know if you guys think, obviously there's certain rules on YouTube, certain things you can and can't say, and because we're live, got to kind of jump around things. So there's that, but you've seen it. You're all here. William, as his older brother, sure, he was worried about Harry. Exactly. But now Harry is a grown up and he has a family. Exactly true. Harry has been mean with William and with the book and interview. Yeah. But he can't, Lorena, he can't stop playing victim. Like he's always the victim. He is. And so it's just what he is. I don't know if I can zoom in anymore. Okay, so these are just a couple of little things. It's not a big deal. So we're going to talk a little bit about I'm sorry, Stephen. I am so sorry to you. You would have gotten a response had I seen it. Can you give me, like, it must have been like a week ago. I will find them. Okay. So apparently, William doesn't like to show his legs. So William they say he could be upset because the king keeps wanting to be in a kilt. I think this is petty stuff, right? But I think that's kind of hysterical in a way. It's sort of funny. Okay, the royal family on Tuesday shared a picture of a young Prince Charles on social media as the king undertook a visit to a sawmill. It was a picture taken in 1958. The young prince is shown how to use a sawmill at the Balmoral estate. In the picture, he's wearing a kilt, an outfit Prince William has refused to wear. I don't know. I feel like I've seen him in a kilt. The Prince of Wales has drawn criticism for refusing to wear the outfit traditionally worn by men as part of Scottish Highland dress. Some royal observers believe William has been refusing to wear the outfit because he's unwilling to reveal his legs. He probably has great legs. Men in the royal family typically wear kilts when they are in Scotland, making a century-old tradition. How do you feel about the kilts for the royal family? I think it's fine. You put on a suit jacket. Okay. So Harry definitely needs to make things stable with his family. Meghan should want that for him too. It doesn't have to be perfect, but there does need to be a bridge, vice versa. How many of us have buried the hatchet, or we just avoid certain conversations for love of our family or for peace? We do it all the time. It's called maturity. You don't have to be an open book. Being authentic doesn't mean totally like just letting it all out in order to have conflict, right? Being mature sometimes means restraint. You don't edit yourself, Harry, like do it, right? So it is what it is, right? Harry and Meghan, King Charles has a big problem to solve with. Yes, he really does. Okay, so Daily Mail spoke of domicile. Okay, and that talk of providing him on notice with some lodging, but not at Kensington Palace. Was that some of the stuff that you sent? Maybe I can try to catch a minute here and look. I've never seen William in a kilt, but I wish he would. He has great legs. I would think he would have great legs too. Chicken legs. Really? I don't think he has chicken legs, but kilts are made for hairy legs. Yeah. Like, do you think that these Scottish guys are like waxing? No. Like, who cares? Nobody cares. Okay, what do you guys think of the cyber attack from Russia with the royal family? I found it to be interesting. Of all, like what are they? I guess they could find some stuff, right? So it says the royal website was taken offline by a denial of service attack on Sunday, but a royal source said it was not a hack. Okay. The denial of service attack, DDoS, is when an excess of traffic is directed to a website, overwhelming its server and disrupting its functioning. Oh, so everybody was looking at the server. Well, but why wouldn't this have happened like when the Queen died or when the coronation came, right? While the royal website was online on Sunday lunchtime, it appeared to be running additional security checks on users before allowing them on the site. Earlier on Sunday, the Royal UK site showed an error message and would not let people access the site. It's not known who was responsible for the attack, the source said, adding that it was not a hack and no access was gained to the website's system. Okay. Russian hacker group Killnet took responsibility for the attack, which the royal family is not calling an attack, posting about it on their Telegram channel, but it has not been confirmed they were behind it. Earlier this year, Deputy Prime Minister Oliver Dowden warned businesses that Russia-linked cyber attack groups want to destroy the UK. The main aim of these groups was to disrupt or destroy, he said, and they were less likely to show the same level of restraint as national actors, making the situation concerning. So what do y'all think? A personal choice. I'm on the Oh, I love Estes Park. They have a Scottish Irish festival yearly, and I brought the whole outfit, kilt, vest. Like now, like you're there now. That is so cool. They need better cybersecurity. Okay. Yeah, it was after King Charles said he supported Ukraine. Oh, so it is a cyber attack, but they're not calling it a cyber attack because it didn't penetrate into the confidential stuff. Now Charles has always been into Scottish tradition. His grandmother, the Queen Mother, was from prime Scottish nobility, daughter of the Earl of Strathmore and King Kinghorn. Putin wants to take over the world. Okay, that's wonderful, Stephen. Okay. Yes, have home. Oh, okay. All right. So what else are we talking about? So in a nutshell, to sort of close this out tonight, what do you guys think? Okay, I think our consensus with our group, by the way, I have a little bit of a cold. That's why I'm like sniffing a little bit and kind of look like I have a cold. I think most of us are like, no, the king should not apologize. Harry should apologize. Or they should just reset like the king wants and not even talk about it. And then we've also assessed possibly that there's more to do with the William and Harry thing than anything else, that William and Harry have deeper problems. One wants to cry it out and talk about it. The other one believes in more restraint. Harry thinks everybody is accusing him of being delusional. Just because William said, I'm worried about you, does not mean that he's saying you're totally screwed, right? And then there's the other thing was like, okay, Meghan, like, Meghan and Harry. Do you think Harry wants to go home? If he does go home, where is he going to stay? Which I think Stephen and I need to find his emails and deep dive a little bit more on what he sent to me, because I'm assuming it's about what we spoke with last time, which I found really interesting, which was like, does the king need to provide a home for him since he is a counselor of state, right? I know. It's because when you have kids, I mean, they're not preschoolers anymore, but like my one kid gets it and then the other one gets it. And by the time the adults get it, then it's like festered. So I'm okay. I think it's just a light thing. So let's close this out, guys. I so appreciate you guys, but the royal brief says the king already wrote a letter to Meghan and she said it wasn't enough because he didn't apologize. Do they ever think to themselves, am I being petty? Maybe I should just let it go. Maybe we should talk about that. You know what? Let's just let it go. Let's not talk about it. I mean, I've done that many times. It's like when you hang on to a fence like that, it sucks. Like, don't hang on to a fence. Like, just let it go, like Elsa says. And yes, I wouldn't mind going into the mountains and the Scottish Irish festival, but I need to go to the homeland. I need to go to Germany first. Okay, guys, I so appreciate you. And I'm sorry that I wasn't on here last night, but my son, Andrew, it's Drew Does. I'm Drew Does. He has a channel and he's traveling. And so now he was here for a day and I wanted to see him. Hey, Bunny, you're late to the party. I heard that King Charles wants Prince William to provide money for the Duchy of. Yeah, I heard that Charles wants him to give Harry money from the duchy in order to kind of come back. Yes. Oh, Kenny Loggins. Of course. You see Kenny Loggins. That's a no-brainer. Okay. He's in a position of power. Okay, thank you. I really don't feel that bad except for a little more tired. My eyes are watery and my nose is running a little bit. I hope time passes and Harry and Meghan focus about them. Maybe the brothers will reconcile and spend time together. That would be nice. Imagine, I mean, I've said it before. I feel like Harry and Meghan are into elder abuse. Whether it's the Queen, Thomas, just stop with the nonsense. I cannot imagine if I found out that my grandparents and my great grandparents were the Queen, and my parents were like, sorry, we were in a little spat, and we didn't really want you to see him because there's this thing that we can't really talk about. I was upset. So anyhow, a big share. Okay, Harry left because he only received $500,000 while William received $4.5 million. I don't know. I mean, we kind of go back to that. We go back to that regarding Harry needing the money, and that's why I left. And some of us can relate and understand why. Okay, let me go see that. I think I saw that, Brian, about Harry at home and Counselor of State. I will go back and read. Stephen, enjoy your kilt. Enjoy the kilt. Okay, because it's got to be really fun there in Colorado this time of year. Although I heard it got really cold there a couple weeks ago. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. And I will be here Monday again. I will try to come on before that because I'm trying to kick back into 2 a week. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Thank you.